Hi everyone, Kim here with Sunshine Creations and Crafts. I attempted to make a flip card with a design from the silhouette, but my silhouette broke again. So, long story short, I sent them off an email. Hopefully I can hear from them soon. What I did was I went online and I found a couple of people that had done flip cards, and I noticed that Darlene DeVries' instructions worked best for me. So here's how you do it. You got to take your scoreboard here, and you basically start, you basically start out with a 4 1/4 by 11-inch piece of paper. Now I chose one that's patterned on one side and solid on the other side. You're going to score it regular like your A2 size card, which would be at 5 1/2. But then you're going to need the flip part. So you're going to do 2 3/4 and 3 3/4. Now you can use a bunch of different die cuts. You can use label die cuts, or square, or whatever kind you want. But I chose a flower die cut, and it's from this new Sizzix die cut set that I bought that comes with the stamps. How cute is that? You can put little patterned petals as well. And I'm not going to be using any of these because it's a birthday stamp, so I'm going to be using something else. Alright, so back up here. 11 inches, 4 1/4, 2 3/4, 3 3/4, 5 1/2. Set that aside. Now you can go ahead and do your folds now if you want, but it's not necessary. Now what I do want, I'm going to show you my template here. This is how it turns out, where it flips like this. What I do want to show you real quick, I'm going to just grab a Sharpie, is as I'm on the Big Shot, it's going to be hard to see where I'm putting the die. So I'm going to go ahead and draw in the lines. Alright, let's pull the Big Shot over. I always have difficulty with this when I'm videotaping because my table goes crazy. Alright, so here's your 5 1/2, which you're going to ignore at this point, and then you have your 2 3/4 and your 3 3/4. I'm going to be using my magnetic platform, which I don't need that little post-it note thingy there. Lay one down. Now what you want to do for the first one, the first cut, is you want to lay it so that your die cut, whatever one you decide, is going to go about right in the middle there. See how that's going to cut there? So I'm going to put this down in, and you want to center it here and here as well. Make sure that it's not too far over your line here. That looks about right. And you only want to cut up to here, if you can see that. So you're going to put your plate right there. Okay, there's the line, and there's the die. Let's run that through. I'm being picky here. I want to make sure this works. Here we go. Yeah, I really wanted to make this flip type card for my grandma for her birthday. We're going up to see her, and I found a really cute design on the silhouette, but it's not working. So, all right, so that's that. Now you want to do this again, but you want to take your card base and turn it this way. And only cover up, let me get my template, to the line right there. Cover up, and what I mean by that is to just put your plate on that section up to your line. So I hope you can see this. That's my line. And I'm putting it right there. Okay, so I have a confession to make. I had to watch Darlene's process video like 5 times because it just wasn't clicking in. It wasn't making any sense to me. And I even tried to do it myself a few times. And I finally figured it out, so. Alright, so there you have it. Now once you know, I don't know if you're anything like me, but once you get how you do the cutting, everything else is easy from there. Alright, so you have your pattern side and you have your solid side. Now I'm going to have the solid side on the inside because I'm going to do some stamping and also the happy birthday thing. So I'm going to do that right now. My scrap paper under here. And I think I'll go ahead and grab my green and see if that will work. I had to step away from the camera there. This is Bermuda Bay. And I always stick my finger in these inks. This ink pad, I'm such a dork. Okay, so I'm just going to put some flowers right along here and here. Got to press a little bit harder since I don't have my, I usually have a pad underneath the card that I'm stamping. And it helps it stamp a little clearer. Okay, that should be good. Set that aside. I don't want to hit the camera, so I'm going to close this up off camera. Okay. Alright, so I stamped it inside, and I'm going to take the 5.5 inch score line and I'm going to fold it over. So that's your card right there. And I put the fold towards me. That's just how I keep track of it. And then I'm going to fold this. My score line's right there. And then I've got my score line here that I need to fold on that one as well. Just like that. Kind of give it a little nudge. And then you flip it open like so. Now what I'm going to do, because this is basically how it's going to be placed in the envelope, is I'm going to stamp and die cut this as a separate flower. And I have some watercolor paper here because I'm going to be using my distress inks. Using some archival ink for this. Got too much stuff on my desk here. There we go. And I'm also going to put one on the inside, so I'm going to double stamp this. Alright, then I'm going to go ahead and do all my coloring now. And with this, I'm just using, I think this is peeled paint. And I'm going to do the tip of the leaves. On both of them. And then I'm going to come in with the spun sugar. Now typically watercolor paint doesn't get those little furry things in it, so I'm not sure why it's doing that. I'm going to be using my water pen. I'm going to just blend all this together. I just felt it like it needed a little bit of green in it instead of it just being the pink color. To kind of, you know, make it pop up a little bit. Now I'm going quickly because I want to be able to get all this into one video. And without editing it and speeding it up, but you never know. All right, I got my water pen, and I'm not going to squeeze any water out. It's wet enough for me as it is. Now I was really trying to avoid going outside that black line because the die does not cut exactly on the edge. It has a little bit of a I'm gonna call it frame because I can't think of the right word, but it doesn't cut on the edge. How's that? I'm just bringing in that green just enough, but not overpowering the spun sugar color. Almost. And I chose those colors because of the color of the paper. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, the paper is American Arts. I have had it for a long time, so I don't know exactly where I got it. Probably online somewhere, or in maybe like a pack, a giveaway or something like that that I got from one of my scrapbooking events that I go to. So I'm just going to cut these. And I cut the flower. Bring my Big Shot back in here. Again, I'm just going to use my magnetic platform. And then it'll stay on there nicely. Sorry, with the camera. What I like about this die is there's no trying to figure out, you know, exactly where it goes. I gotta pull this out just a little bit. That there for a second. Pop this out. Oh gosh, I don't remember if I mentioned or not. This is watercolor paper that I used for the flower. I think it's 110-pound weight. Okay, that's good enough. Run that through. Oops, I bumped it. There you go, with the camera wiggling all over. And my second one. Okay, we're almost done. I'm just going to leave that die there for right now so I know where it's at. And then I'm just going to take some adhesive, and I'm just going to take it from the edge of each of the petals. And I'm going to put one on the front. And then I'm going to put one on the inside. Or you could do the edge of these petals too. Now this isn't really strong adhesive, but it's the thing that was right here on my table. So I grabbed it. And you're going to put that one right there. Now again, you can put anything here. You can do, you know, a square or whatever design that you want. Alright. You're going to want to fold this a little bit. And the watercolor paper is a little thick, so if you're going to be using that, keep that in mind. Pop up like that. Alright. Ta-da! Very, very cute. I have to kind of manipulate a little bit. But that's what I decided to do. I decided to go ahead and put the flower like that so that it pops up like so. And then I'm going to use this little happy birthday stamp I've had for years and years. I like the calligraphy style of it. Or the handwriting style, what would you call it? It's not really calligraphy. And there is my grandma's card. Alright, thanks all so much for watching. If you have any questions about the flip card design or anything, just let me know and I'll do my best to explain it to you. Alright, have a great day.